Hi folks, it's Tony here yet again from Tony's Comfort Kitchen, the home of comfort food. Okay, so following on from the last video that I did, which was the pasta with courgette, the creamy courgette dish, which was suitable for vegetarians. This too is suitable for vegetarians. In fact, even I think it's even good for vegans too. So it's a Chinese dish that I'm doing. It's got tofu and black beans in it. So I'll see you after the intro. Right, these are the ingredients. Now there's still a little bit of preparation to do, so I'll quickly go through the ingredients that we have. We have some garlic paste that I just made up today. It's best to age it, but I'll explain that later on. We have some black beans, some preserved fermented black beans. Again, there's more info on that to come. We have some, this is half a teaspoon of MSG plus some salt, about a third of a teaspoon of salt, carrots obviously, chopped up, green peppers, half a medium onion, some dark soy sauce, some oil to cook it in, and some tofu. Strips of tofu that I'm actually going to fry them like that and then cut them up small afterwards. I just find it easy that way. And this is not actually the dish today, but you'll see. I'll explain it in a short while. And a little bit of water possibly, plus some potato starch, which is over there. I can't be bothered to bring over. And it'll help sort of thicken it later. But first of all, what I need to do is explain these and this. So I'll just clear this and I'll speak to you in a couple of seconds. Right, there are two ways that you can cook this dish. There's the what I would call the proper way, the more flavoursome way, which is a bit more, not laborious. I mean, it takes a bit of pre-planning, that's all. And then there's the quick. If you haven't got time, this is the quick version. But today, obviously, we're going to use this. So this is the preserved fermented black beans, which have been. There's about a teaspoon, just over a teaspoon there, and that should do enough for 2 people. So now they've been soaked in warm water for 5 minutes and then drained, just to get rid of. Apparently these things, when they're dried in China, they're actually dried out in the open, and so you get bits of dust and sand, so they can be a little bit gritty. So you just wash it out and it's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix it with a little bit of the garlic paste that I did. Now to make this garlic paste, it's really simple. Just get a whole bulb of garlic, get all the cloves of garlic off it, take all the paper off, and then importantly cut off the rough ends, the base of them, because that's not very nice. It can give a bit of a strange flavour and texture to the paste. And then put them all into a food processor with enough oil to virtually cover them. You don't need too much. And then just blitz them up, literally just blitz the whole thing up to becomes to a paste like this. And what you do is you put them in a container like this, little airtight container, and then put it in the fridge, and it'll stay in there for. I mean, I've had my stuff in there for weeks, about 6 weeks, and it's fine. It doesn't go off as long as the dish or the bowl you put it in is dry. It has to be dry, otherwise it will go a bit mouldy apparently. So make sure it's dry when you first do it, and then put it in, and all will do well. So anyway, so we're going to put a little bit of this in with the beans, and then we just mash them up. Now ideally, they say that you should leave this overnight in the fridge for 24 hours, and it'll mature in flavour and get stronger. But obviously I haven't got that luxury here for the video, so I'm just going to use it fresh. It'll still taste nice, I can show you. Now, so basically that's done. That's ready to go in the dish now. These beans you can buy in tubs like this. There are various other people who sell them, but this is the one I know of anyway. Now these things aren't easy to come by. I certainly can't find them in southwest France, so I bought these on the internet, and I can provide a link down below in the description to well, I got the recipe originally from Ziang's Food Workshop. They have a channel on YouTube, and they also have a shop called Chin and Shoes. I don't know, Chin and Shoes Shop. I don't know what it's. Again, I'll put a link to it. And so, because I got the recipe from the original recipe, which was for beef, from their channel, I'll put their link to buy. But there are other people who sell it as well. Now then, the other thing, if you don't have the time, or if you can't be bothered to go and get this and do all the soaking and mixing of the garlic and everything, you can just buy a black bean sauce, of course. I mean, these things are available all over the place. This is the Lee Kum Kee. To be honest, the majority of the black bean sauces you get in the supermarkets are complete shite. At least they are in the UK and probably here in France too. This is Lee Kum Kee. They're a long-established company that have been going for over 130 years. They do make quality products. And this is the black bean and garlic sauce. So basically, just 2 teaspoons of this will replace this, basically. But it just won't be as full of flavour. Anyway, it's good though. It is good, and I use it occasionally when I haven't got time. Again, I can put a link. If you can't find this, I'll put a link in the description below where you can buy these. And that's it. So I think, well, now we'll get on with cooking the dish. First things first, we will colour the tofu. I do it in big slabs like this because I just find it easier. All you need to do is to colour 2 sides, and then what I do is I chop it up into sort of cubes afterwards. I mean, to be honest, you don't need to brown all 6 sides of a cube. 2 sides will do. It'll give it a bit of extra flavour anyway. Okay, it's been cooking for a couple of minutes. Oh, good. I've had to open my front door because last time I did this, it set the smoke alarm off. Okay, that's probably enough. They're browned enough. Take those out and cut them up into smaller pieces. Okay, so a little bit of oil in the pan, not too much, a couple of tablespoons. And we can start with the onions. Followed by carrots and green peppers. Like any stir fry, these has to be on a high heat and cook quickly. then next we put in the black bean garlic paste. Finger, excuse me. Oh, God, that's amazing. Takes a little bit of cooking, the black bean and garlic paste. I'll keep it in there a little bit longer than I would normally do before adding the next ingredient. Which will be salt and MSG. Okay, that's both together. I didn't put a huge amount of salt in it. I'd rather use more MSG than salt. And if, like I said before, if you have any issues about MSG, I can put another link in the description below of a fellow YouTuber who has debunked all this, and it's worth watching. I can assure you, it's healthier than you think. So next, what do I put in next? Next, I will put in tofu, which I've diced up, and some of the soy sauce. Can't toss with much. That sounds bad, didn't it? That's better. Right, now there's water. I don't know how much I put in there. You've just got to judge it, I guess. About, I don't know, 300 millilitres, maybe more. I'm not sure. Anyway. Equivalent to this, whatever that is, about 300 millilitres, I think. And then it reduced down slightly, and then we'll put in what they call the sludge, the potato starch or corn starch, whatever you use. They're both do the same thing. Just thicken the dish. Dish is done. I'll switch the camera off and I'll come back in a couple of minutes when it's reduced down slightly. Okay, we're back, and I think I put a little bit too much water in there. I think that 200 millilitres would have been good enough. 300, tad too much. Anyway, whatever. Time to thicken it up. So mix up the slurry, as they call it. You can see this. The idea is not to put too much in at once, because that's not good. It'll just go too thick. So a little bit at a time. Some more. Sorry, I'm trying not to get in the way of the camera. A couple of teaspoons at a time, and you won't overdo it. You want it to be fairly thick, but not like glue. You can see it's starting to thicken up quite a lot now. One more, not like to do it. Thickening up quite nicely, and I think that will do it. One last blast. And that's it, we're done. So we'll dish up. I've cooked some rice, I've boiled some rice, so we'll have a taste. Okay, here we go. Hope you can see this this dish with this this meal with this high-sided bowl. Oh man, it smells fantastic. You know, you can cook this. You don't have to be vegetarian or vegan to eat this. You could replace the tofu with with chicken or the original recipe was for beef. You can change it for whatever you want, but in this case, it works. It just works as well with tofu as it does with anything else. This marriage of the black beans and the garlic with the green peppers is just phenomenal. So I'm going to dig in. Excuse me. Wow. It's just wonderful. I've cooked these quite a lot now. Like I say, the original recipe was from Ziang's Food Workshop, which is another channel on YouTube, and I thoroughly recommend you go and check them out. This is my version because I'm not going to copy anybody's dishes on YouTube. What's the point? I like to make my own mark on them, and so I changed some of the ingredients. And in this case, it was just the tofu replaced the beef. That's all. But it's it's great. In fact, just doing that makes it great for vegetarians and vegans as well. Like I say, I'll put the links to the products, both the beans and the jar of paste, and possibly to Ziang's channel as well, in the description below. And I'll hopefully see some comments from you guys who've tried this, and please let me know. Please let me know what you think. Excuse me, this bowl is very hot. It's burning my fingers. Anyway, I'm going to chuck into this and thoroughly enjoy it, as I always do. And hopefully you will, like every YouTuber out there has this mantra: hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit that little dingling notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, people. Peace. Wow.